Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today, guys, we're going to be jumping down into the charts for Bitcoin to see what's been going on most recently and what I think is likely to happen next. As I get into this video, if you do find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, links in the description down below. Fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's free. Do join. I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. And if you're looking for a little bit more from the crypto space, you'll also find a link to our Patreon services in the description down below. Right, let's get right down into this. I'll try to keep this video as brief as I can. There isn't too much going on since yesterday, but there's a little bit of a development I want to kind of talk you through. So we're going to take a look at this. Right, this is Bitcoin paired up with USDT. We're on the hourly chart. Binance is our data source. Okay, and the first thing we really want to talk about really is what's going on right here with the last kind of 48 hours. Right, so we have essentially seen this big drop come down here into this fourth wave, but we still haven't actually gone down lower than the previous third wave lows just yet. So what we're looking for is we are looking to come down. We're looking to bring the price of Bitcoin essentially. Let me just bring this back up into view. Between 37,800 and 38,600, right? But we start to move up a little bit here. But essentially what I'm looking at is potentially an ABC coming up before we pull on back down, because I am kind of expecting there to be 5 waves in here. But it might be that we only end up with an ABC move, but it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, because it could go deeper than expected here straight away. Obviously, I've got the lower lows already set around 34, but I think essentially this is the area that I was originally looking for. And it's possible that we actually extend past this. But I want to talk about this move just here, okay? So basically, yesterday we spent pretty much the entire day in an overbought situation, right? And we actually pulled down the stochastic RSI on the hourly chart reasonably well, and we didn't actually do any damage to the price. So what we've actually got going on here looks like some kind of some kind of B wave, and then we are looking for some kind of C wave. Okay, now what I'm going to do is pull this down into our 15 minutes because we need to check a couple of things, right? So that can't be the high because this is lower before we went higher. Okay, cool. So let me just reassess that situation. Let me just pull this back in because it looks like that's what's going on, but it's not that at all. It is actually this way around. Okay, cool. So that actually means that we hit that on there already, right? So our A, our B, and our C are already in. Okay, so then we end up with this ABC coming down. Now it's possible that we just pull this down a tiny little bit more, and then we have another kind of move up. We end up with some kind of triple corrective pattern. So what I'm looking at here, let me just pull this in. Right, we got this high point. We come back down. This is our A. We move up into a B, and then we just need to pull back down into a C, right? So that's going to be something that we want to watch out for. Let me go ahead and grab hold of our fibs, and we'll just run this up here, and we'll just transpose it over to here. This then gives us a probable area of about $40,000, okay? And then we start to potentially see another or a third kind of move upwards. Okay, so basically what looks like is going on here is that we're getting this kind of choppy correction or a B wave bounce, because essentially what I think this is a big A, this being our B wave, and then we'll come down into a C wave, right, taking us down into this low range, completing this 5th wave. Now again, it would basically be an odd structure to see, but again, we haven't followed perfect structure anywhere in here. It is all corrective following a 5-wave pattern. So we are looking to bring Bitcoin into this structure, but it is possible that we come down to those lower ranges as well. Around 36 is also a possibility if this turns into a 5-wave structure on the way down, and maybe even dropping down towards the $34,000 ranges. But for now, I think we should be thinking that we're continuing to trade sideways, particularly through the weekend. We'll trade sideways, I think. And that will give some opportunities to the altcoins to actually get some momentum behind them and to push up, right? And then essentially have the rug pulled maybe on Monday or Tuesday or something like that, right? And we'll start to see the price of altcoins and Bitcoin just bleed out a little bit. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at here on our hourly chart. I'm going to tidy this up a little bit. I'm just going to remove some of the noise so we can kind of see that as a bit of a bounce and a bit of a C wave coming down a little bit lower. Okay, so when I bring this up into our hourly chart, our daily chart, I should say, we can actually see a bigger ABC in play, right? We're waiting for a bounce upwards, which I estimate to be about $42,000 to $45,000, anywhere in that range seems to be the most likely place, because we've got to basically bring up this stochastic RSI from an oversold to an overbought area on the daily chart, right? So we've got to move the price quite significantly here. So we are looking to kind of get it up there a little bit. Now, I don't think we can do this until, first of all, we actually complete that fifth wave on our hourly chart. So between, you know, the 37 and 30, $38,000 range, right? We need to do that, and then we need to bounce up, right? Bouncing up into the B wave and then dropping down significantly. Now, as I said previously, if I grab my horizontal ray here, in an ideal world, what we actually want to do is we want to keep a real close eye. I'm actually just going to grab hold of this one, and I will make this one a dashed line as well. And I actually do like the pink. I'll do that on here as well. I'll make this one pink. And then I'll make this also 2 pixels. Okay, cool. So these two are the areas that we want to hold, right? Basically, we have our 34,000 or 34.5. Let me just check exactly where that was. It was a low of 34,322. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking for here. We're looking for that 322 level, and I'll actually just go ahead and put in the coordinates of 322 right in there. There we go. Okay, and then of course we've got this lower one coming down here as well at 32,917. And again, I'll just make sure that that is 917. Okay, so those are the two levels that we want to hold. Now, in an ideal world, we actually want this C wave to be higher than our 34,322, because what we'd end up with is a low point here, a higher low here, and it would be fantastic to have another higher low, okay? As we start to potentially think about what's going on at the upper end as well, where we have a high, we have a higher high, and we have a higher high, okay? And so as we continue to see higher highs and lower lows, that gives us the right sentiment that we need to kind of continue that motion to the upside, right? And everything we've been talking about for the last couple of months here is all corrective. There's nothing, nothing trend-based. We're not trending down. We're not trending up. We are just in corrective mode, right? We're basically seeing the price bounce around a little bit. So we're looking for a couple of things. We want to see immediately over the next kind of few days, the price pull down to 37.5 to 38.5. Then we want to see the price push up over the next week or so, going up towards that 42 to $45,000 range, and then we want to see the price come down over the next several weeks towards our 34,000 range, right? Our $34,000 range. Now, ideally, would love it to kind of find support on 35, let's say, to set that higher low, and that would put us in a really, really strong position for Bitcoin going further forward, okay? Ultimately, what we're looking for is altcoins. Any altcoin that is following a 5-wave structure should complete its 5th wave by the time that Bitcoin hits its B wave high, okay? And then we'll see about a 50% drop on altcoins, regardless of whether they're in an impulsive structure up, a 5-wave structure up, or an ABC structure. Basically, I think most altcoins are going to bleed when Bitcoin pulls back in this C wave going lower. And that's going to be a huge opportunity, which we've been talking to pretty much everyone in our Discord about, right? There's some huge opportunities, not just in this little move here, the last little moment for the upside to capitalize on anything that we need to, and then reaccumulate down at the bottom of a C wave on Bitcoin, as as altcoins will probably bleed out by about 50%, and I expect Bitcoin to be about a 20% drop within this moment. Okay, so, and that's kind of what we're looking for Bitcoin. There isn't too much more developments that have happened day on day, so just kind of want to leave you with the idea and the concept that we might be still trading sideways for a little bit longer, specifically on our hourly chart, before we actually see this drop come on down. The hourly stochastic RSI is almost into the oversold area, so we'll be bouncing around a little bit here, but I'm not expecting anything major. Guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found this useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.